Guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be in my budget planner showing you guys a mid-month. I know it's a little bit later than a mid-month budget check, but I made a few changes to our budget and I'll explain why. And I also wanted to talk about how it's going so far with my first time doing the cash envelope system. So after the end of the second week, we did get paid on January 11th, and for me, my weeks they start from Monday through Sunday. I know some people do Sunday to Saturday, but how I do my budgets, it's based off of Monday through Sunday. And we did get paid on Friday the 11th, and we were under by $247. That's a boo-boo on my part because I had expected my husband to do a couple of overtime hours, but it turns out he didn't really do any because it wasn't available at the time, or it just wasn't working out. But I had budgeted at $2,700 where his base pay is about $2,500. So I'm gonna go back and under budget. So I'm gonna go back to doing $2,500 as far as his paycheck goes, because the actual pay that he got was to $2,453, which is pretty close. Sometimes it's a little bit under 25, sometimes it's a little bit more depending on when they take out the insurance payment. So yeah, which led me to create a whole new set of budgets for the remaining 3 weeks, or up until our payday on February 8th. I know I went a little bit ahead, but if I were to go over just the first 2 weeks, I am proud to say that we didn't go over any of our budgets, but I'm not going based off of this budget anymore. I am going to be going over, I'm going to be, what am I trying to say? I'm going to be using the budgets that I have set as of January 16th. I completely did a whole paycheck to paycheck kind of budget with, you know, the bills coming out, doing our regular miscellaneous, or not miscellaneous, doing our variable expenses again, like with groceries. The only thing I eliminated out of this was my allowance and gifts, because we had already finished paying off, or not paying off, we already finished buying all of our gifts. And then as far as my allowance goes, I think I'm good. I had about $34 remaining, but I'm actually honestly okay with not spending. And it is week, what's the date today? Today is the 22nd, and I really have no intention to buy anything, and I'm pretty sure I can last until our February 8th paycheck, so I'm fine with that. So with the new budget, I just kept our groceries, my husband's allowance, gas, Disneyland, our Disneyland allowance, because we are going for my son's second birthday. I also kept our laundry and then our takeout fund. So what I have circled here are pretty much the items that I know we can take cash out, because with gas and our laundry is done through an app, so we don't insert quarters, we just reload an app, and then it's connected that way. And then for gas, we prefer to just leave it in our debit card, because when we have the kids, we don't want to have to take them out just to go, go down to pay or whatnot. So we just leave it in the debit card. And gas is usually the one that we have money left over in. So whatever the plan is, whatever is left over in the end is going to go straight to savings. So with my breakdown here on the side, I pretty much go as far as February 8th, which is our paycheck. We have one coming up this Friday, so it'll be the next one after that, which is February 8th. And if I did my math correctly and we follow everything and not go over, we should have $25 left in our account up until our payday on February 8th. So let me show you guys our cash envelopes that I made. It's not the prettiest, but I didn't want to go out and buy or make any new any cash envelopes or anything until I know that this is something I wanted to try out. And so far it's working out. It's only been a week, but to me, having less in our account or knowing that we don't have money to spend in there, I'm less tempted to spend, because most of the time I'm spending online, Amazon, Michael's, or when stores have their, especially when stores have their deals where it's free shipping. I feel like is my downfall. So I feel like I rely so much on buying online where I could probably find it cheaper, or if I really didn't need it, then I wouldn't go out and buy it, I guess. Or I don't know. But this is what the envelopes look like. And they're just plain like envelopes you can get from like the dollar store. But what I have here is takeout, my husband's allowance, groceries, and Disney. Which we haven't touched yet. And so far, what I've been doing is trying to keep up with it by reconciling it or balancing it out, so that when we take money out, we also do keep the receipts, that however much I have in here reflects how much is out in the front, so that we know how much we have at all times. And right now, the only thing that we have issues with is the loose change. My husband doesn't really like loose change, so we end up either rounding up or rounding down, but not a big deal. It's a few change here and there, and we did keep the change in here, and just remember to bring it with us when we're out. But that's what I'm doing so far with these, and I think I am going to go ahead and invest in those plastic zippered pouches. I don't like the envelope ones. I want the zippered ones, and I found them at Staples for $1 each. So my mentality for using this again, or my motivation for it, is if we don't have a lot of money in our bank account, then we probably don't have a lot of money to spend, and we only have money to spend on just the necessities. And for next month, I went ahead and wrote a list of the items that I want to use for cash envelopes, and it's pretty much groceries, my husband's allowance, takeout allowance for myself, things for the home, which is something I added, for fun, which is also another thing I added, miscellaneous, and gift. With the household items, so things like shampoos, toothpaste, like deodorant, like new dish soap, or things that you just need around the house, I've been taking out of my grocery bills or grocery budget. So I think this time around I'm gonna create my own budget or a separate budget for things that we need for home, and see what happens with that. It's just stuff that we don't really buy all the time, and when things come up that we need, it ends up getting taken out of our grocery budget. So which sucks, because there are some times when we need to fill up on certain food items or food staples that we need, and that's pretty much what ends up messing up our budget. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope it gave you guys a little bit of an insight on maybe the reason why you should start doing cash envelopes. Maybe if you've been thinking about trying it, give it a try, because it's definitely one of the things that I have thought about. Just, I know I'm not really good with keeping up with the receipts and keeping track of where the money is going, which is why I prefer a debit card, because I can always go back into my bank account and see where I spent that money, because in the past whenever I used cash and then I realized like I'm missing money, I'm like, where did I spend my money? I'm not really good at keeping receipts. So I'm hoping this way, with keeping the receipts in here, as soon as we spend it, I'm gonna go ahead and like write it down somewhere so that I know, okay, we spent our money, you know, at Target this day, or, you know, grocery shopping this day. So yeah, I could see myself being more successful with doing cash envelopes versus the other way, because like I said, my mentality right now is, if I really want or need something, I will go out and buy it and not rely on the internet to just hand deliver it to me. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys did find this video helpful. Give it a like or a thumbs up if you did. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed and are back for more videos from me, thanks for coming back. And I will see you guys, or talk to you guys, in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.